In this video we get a lot of details and information from the place-time graph. Please subscribe us.
Here we look at a position-time graph in great detail. This movement has 3 steps. We made a lot of conceptual points about graph in parts 11 and 12. This example contains more details and concepts. Position-time graph of a moving object that moves in a straight line as shown below. A. What is the maximum distance of a moving object from the origin of coordinates? Answer. First we examine the whole movement. At moment 0, the moving object is 1 meter away from the coordinate origin. This place is called the initial place. After 1 second, the moving object reaches 4 meters from the coordinate origin. It then stays in the same place for 3 seconds, and then from the 4th seconds it moves in the opposite direction. And at the 6th moment it reaches the origin, and then it passes through the origin. And in 7 seconds, it reaches the location 2 meters before the origin. Now we answer to part A. This section asks for the maximum distance from the origin of the coordinates. The maximum distance from the origin is 4 meters. B. At what moment did it have the greatest distance from the origin of the coordinates? Answer to B. From moment 1 to 4, the object has the greatest distance from the origin of the coordinates.
C. When the object moves in the direction of the coordinate axis, and when it moves in the opposite direction. Answer to C. From moment 0 to moment 1, it moves in the direction of the coordinate axis. From moment 4 to moment 7, it has moved in the opposite direction of the coordinate axis. D. At what times was the moving object stationary? Answer to D. From moment 1 to 4, the object has been stationary. E. What is the displacement of moving object in the first 4 seconds? Answer to E. The object was at a distance of 1 meter at moment 0. And at moment 4, it is 4 meters away from the origin of the coordinates. So it has been moved 3 meters. F. How many meters per second is the average velocity of this object in the first 4 seconds? Answer to F. According to the previous section, the displacement of the object is equal to 3 meters. And this displacement happened in 4 seconds. So the average velocity during this period is equal to 0.75 meter per seconds. G. At what moment did the object pass 2 meters from the origin of the coordinates? Answer to G. This section has 3 answers. It is in the first third, of first second of the movement. Because it moved 3 meter in 1 second, so in a third of a second, it moves 1 meter. The second moment is 5. The third moment is 7.
In this section we want to examine the velocity changes. How can we understand from the graph the magnitude of the velocity has decreased or increased? The main thing is to use the slope of the graph. Wherever the slope of the position-time graph decreases, the velocity decreases and vice versa. Example. The position-time graph of a moving object is as shown below. Specify in which part the magnitude of the velocity has increased or decreased. Answer. We first consider the whole movement. We come to the following point. When a moving object reaches its maximum point, its velocity decreases. And when it gets away from that point, its velocity increases. Now, with the help of the graph slope we examine the motion more precisely. At this time the slope of the tangent line, which indicates the instantaneous velocity of the object, decreases. At this point, the velocity of the object becomes 0. Here we see that the slope of the tangent line increases. Thus instantaneous velocity of the object increases. Note, in this case the slope of the tangent line is a negative number. When we say that the magnitude of velocity increases, we mean the absolute value of velocity. Note, you may be in doubt here, for example, -2 is bigger or -3. If you mean the absolute value of these numbers, the absolute value -3 is bigger. But if you consider the negative sign, -2 is bigger.